So on Tatami 1, we have Croatia versus Uzbekistan. Lisak for Croatia, Rakimova of Uzbekistan. On Tatami number 2, we have Macedonia against Sweden, and on Tatami number 3, we have Japan versus Hungary. As we get ourselves into the match, I'd like to introduce you to our next guest speaker, and what a legend I have joining me for this. Originally from England, but now the coach of Denmark.
No,
multiple.
Not Denmark.
Sorry.
Not Denmark.
Not Denmark. Norway. Now, what an amazing fighter we have, and he's corrected me already, which is fantastic. Multiple world titles. Good Lord. Wayne Otto over you. My goodness, Wayne.
Thank you very much for the invite, Billy.
Thank you for joining us.
It's a great opportunity to be here with you working again. It's fantastic.
It's brilliant, and this is the perfect time to join us with the knowledge that you have and the expertise you have with this, Wayne. Now, we've got a bit of a challenge. We've got 3 tatami to consider here.
Yeah.
And we can't cover the play-by-play on every single one of them, but we can give a bit of an overview. So if we see anything that's outstanding on a particular match, give us a shout out, and people who are listening, they can be focusing on any one of these 3 tatami. So it's a kind of a generalization that we like to offer, and then try to keep you up to speed with the way things are going. So,
yeah.
For example, on tatami number 1 at the moment between Uzbekistan and Croatia, it's a 3-0 lead with Uzbekistan with 20 seconds to go. Tatami number 2, Sweden are leading 1-0 against Macedonia. And on tatami number 3, Japan are 2-1 up against Hungary. So competition so far, from your point of view, Wayne?
I actually think this format was really good, really good. I like the format before with the round robin. I think it gives everybody an equal and fair chance to qualify for the World Championships. And what we're seeing at the moment is the best that have come out of the round robin stages, fighting for their spot at the World Championships, and it looks like we have one of our first qualifiers.
And that first qualification has gone to Rakimova of Uzbekistan. Must be a great feeling knowing she's now one of the 6 that will be going to Cairo.
Well, she can breathe a little easier, that's for sure. And I suppose her next step now is just preparing for that World Championship and trying to make her mark in the world. I think one of the things that this also brings to the event is that, you know, somebody from a qualifying event can actually go to a World Championship and make a difference there and medal. And I think this is one of the things that we still need to keep that element within the World Championship. The fact that,
exactly,
you know, yes, we've got favourites, but all of a sudden, on a particular day, when all the stars are lined up, a fighter can actually go and perform to their best and actually win a championship.
Absolutely correct, because this is such a challenging kind of competition to be in, but it's the World Championships.
Yeah.
This is the qualification part of the World Championships. But all of these athletes are taking part in the World Championships, but it's just this phase.
Yeah.
To get to the next phase, the final 32.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
And the standard has been impressive for this, hasn't it, considering the top 24 already qualified?
Well, I think the standard has been fantastic. I think the entertainment has been great, and a lot of the fighters that I've seen have demonstrated that they especially the ones that have qualified, have demonstrated that they definitely deserve to be in the final phase of that World Championships, and I can't actually wait to see them perform at the championships in Egypt.
Exactly. The thing with the competition as it stands now is that you don't know. We don't know the outcome of the World Championships. Okay, the favourites are the favourites, but that doesn't make them the winner.
Oh, trust me,
There's a long
Billy.
way between now and then, isn't there?
I've been a favourite a couple of times and lost in the first round, so you know, we know anything can happen.
And look, I've mentioned him before actually, but Tatami, who no Premier League, came out of the junior ranks, won the qualification tournament for the Olympics, went to the Olympics, and bam, he's in the final against Ganjade. Comes away with a silver medal. And some would argue, unfortunately, didn't get the gold.
No, he didn't. But that's sport.
Of course it is.
That's sport.
And that's why we love it.
Yeah.
It's unpredictable, isn't it?
And I think it's supposed to be that way for the most part. But what we have here, I think we had the Japanese fighter that went through as well.
Yes.
She was really impressive in the preliminaries
of
as well.
Japan, she's gone through.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for this last bout in this division. And this will be again over the three tatami. Belgium, Chinese Taipei, Bosnia-Herzegovina, Azerbaijan, Czech Republic versus Italy.
Tatami from Asia. Chinese Taipei. Tatami 2, Simovic, Bosnia-Herzegovina. Sadigova, Azerbaijan. Tatami 3, Irnikova, Czech Republic. Lalo from Italy.
So the next 6 athletes on the mat. Tatami number 1, Belgium, Aya El Edi, up against Chinese Taipei's Ku Tzu Ping. On tatami number 2, we have Bosnia-Herzegovina, Nejera Sipovic. She's up against Medina Sarigova of Azerbaijan. On tatami number 3, we have Czech Republic, Lucy Hadlikova, and she is up against Italy's Viola Lalo. So there's some really experienced fighters. Although they're not in the top 24 already qualified, 3 of them are going to.
Absolutely. You know, the funny thing is, we sometimes tend to focus a little bit, a lot on the ranking systems. But one of the things that we have to take into consideration is that, you know, the ranking system is can be based on how many Premier Leagues, how many Series A events that you go to.
Yep.
It is possible that some of the best fighters don't always have the finances to go to all of these, so their ranking might actually be a little bit lower than what's expected.
But their ability isn't.
But their ability to be able to perform at this level is just as high as those in the higher rankings. So
very good point.
So even though we look at the rankings and we know that the top ones have gone through, it's not always necessary. It's not always the case that somebody that's of a lower ranking is of a lower ability, and that's the thing that I think needs to be stressed.
Well, we have all 3 tatami up and running, but there is no score on all of them. That shows, in a way, how tough it is, coming up to a third of the bout already done, but still no scores. And we find that that testing period is really, you don't want to give away that century, do you?
Well, I have noticed that during the preliminaries there was a lot of points being scored, but when we get to this final stage, it's really about managing your anxieties, managing the fight. But not wanting to give your opponent any kind of advantage, and obviously this is where it matters the most. You know, the winner goes through, the loser doesn't.
Exactly.
You
Exactly.
know? So I have seen that a lot of these fights are generally quite tight. They are very much more strategic. They're very much more cagey with each other and not so high scoring. But at the same time, it's to be expected because the stakes are high.
Of course they are. And you talked about managing anxiety, Wayne. How do you train for that?
How do you cope with that? When I was fighting, I can only say when I was fighting, I think I grew to love the whole environment. The whole anxiety thing, I learned how to cope with it by just embracing it. Just by accepting that this is what it is. And in actual fact, to be honest, a lot of the times, it was the only time that I actually felt proper alive. You know, when you have that nervous energy, when the atmosphere is tight, you know, you're in the moment. And that usually was enough to make you perform to your best.
Well, and you always look so cool and calm, but my word. And I remember you fighting, when you got on the mat, goodness me, it was a completely different thing. But we do have the scores now on the board, and it is on tatami number 3 between the Czech Republic and Italy, but it's a 1-1 situation, and both of the athletes, both of the fighters have scored at the same time. So Lalo with 1 point for Italy, Hadlikova of the Czech Republic also with 1 point. No century advantage just yet. Big shout out on tatami number 1 for Belgium. There's a score going to be awarded there. That's a Yuko, and it's going to go to AD.
You can see that we've got a video review as well, so that she's definitely got the point, but whether she gets the century or not, the advantage is the real telltale sign.
Yeah, that's
that
right.
advantage makes all the difference.
Over on tatami number 2, Azerbaijan is leading 3 points to 0 at the moment. That is Medina Sarigova is beating Bosnia-Herzegovina's Sipovic. 17 seconds still on the clock, and there's plenty of time, isn't there, Wayne, with that 17 seconds?
There's plenty of time with 2 seconds if you know what to do. Just like there.
Tatami number 3 now, it's a 2-2, but there's another point scored. Senchu lies with Lalo of Italy. Video review on tatami number 1 for Belgium's L80. Wayne, you've been off the mat, off the tatami as an athlete, of course you're now a coach, and how the massive changes in that period, isn't there, with moving away from the flags, using the clicker systems and the like.
Yeah,
it's continuously evolving, isn't it?
I think it's a natural, you know, I think we're moving along with the technology. You know, as technology gets more advanced, I think the sport has to move with it, and it's only right that we implement this type of technology to enhance the sport.
Yeah. In this phase, we have our winner on tatami number 1, and it is L80 of Belgium. She's qualified with that 1 point to 0 win. There's 6 seconds still on tatami number 2. And it's still Azerbaijan leading 3 points to 0. Tatami number 3. Score is 3-2, still in favour of Lalo of Italy, with just 3 seconds to go, but Lalo has lost his Senchu. Oh, sorry, lost the video review card. Tatami number 2 now finished, and the win goes to Sadigova of Azerbaijan. She's now qualified.
As well as Lola from Italy.
And the winner on tatami number 3 is indeed Italy's Viola Lalo. So it's a bit different trying to bounce across 3 tatami at the same time, Wayne,
It's
isn't it?
very different. It's difficult to concentrate on all 3 fights. I have to admit, I'm used to just focusing on one.
Oh, yeah.
Usually the one I'm in.
Yeah, exactly.
But interesting. 29 years ago, I fought on tatami 3 for the final of European Championships. 29
And I
years
was
ago.
here.
Yeah, you were. You were probably refereeing.
Oh, I could well have been. Not in your case on that, because there would have been a clash, but a conflict of interest. But
Yeah.
well, I mean, I was blessed to be having the opportunity to watch you win many of those fantastic titles that you had under your belt. We're changing weight category now, and it is the male minus 84 kilogram. Athletes have been introduced. I'll just recap on who is competing on each of the tatamis. The male minus 84 kilogram, tatami number 1. It is United States, Brian Buka, up against Serbia's Vladimir Rezanic. On tatami number 2, Colombia, with Ruben Dario Henao Amu, and he's up against Libya's Mohamed Abdubos. And on tatami number 3, Azerbaijan versus Mexico. Turget Hazanov of Azerbaijan is up against Jesus Moreno. Male minus 84 kilogram. And your weight category when you were competing, Wayne?
Oh, good grief. You know, I went
You did
through a
open
few.
weight, you did.
I did open weight. I started off at minus 65, believe it or not. I went from minus 65 to minus 70 to minus 75. I think the only weight category I didn't do was minus 60.
You could have probably done that when you were about 10.
Yeah, I didn't start karate until then, though. But do you know what's interesting? I think more than anything is looking at these fighters that are fighting for a position to fight at the World Championship. The spread of where they all come from. I like that no one particular country is dominating the whole, or one particular continent is dominating the whole sport anymore. And I like the fact that, you know, you have countries that are now, once upon a time, were just participants, but now they're actually, you know, fighting for medals and gaining medals, and you know, I think that's great for the sport.
Yes, yes. But on the mat, as we see, on the tatami now, as we see these across these three mats, we got Mexico, we got South America, North America, Colombia, South America. We've got Europe with Serbia, Azerbaijan. We've got Africa with Libya.
Right.
I mean, all the continents are there apart from Oceania.
Exactly, which makes it a World Championship qualifier.
Incredible.
You know, and you know, it's the way the sport has evolved. It's a testimony to the work that the WKF have put in order to make this happen, and also a testimony to the people that participate as well. So, and let's not forget the referees as well.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm thinking of it from the refereeing point of view now. The referee program is so challenging, as is the competitive calendar for the athletes, because the referees have to get up the ranking to get invited to these events now. It's not, they can't just rock up and have a go. Those days are long, long gone.
Long gone.
Now they have to be as professional as the athletes in their approach to karate.
And Billy, rightly so.
Of course.
Rightly so.
Of course.
You know, if you've got an athlete that has been training for 10 years for this one particular
Correct.
moment, it's only right that you have the best referees and best judges around that table, around that tatami, to make sure that the right result happens.
Absolutely spot on. Just a recap on the match as it stands now. We have the United States trailing at the moment against Serbia. On tatami number 2, it's 1-0 lead for Libya's Mohamed Abu Baus over the Colombian fighter. Tatami number 3, 3 points to 2 in favour of Mexico's Jesus Marino against Hazanov of Azerbaijan. It's 1-1 now on tatami number 1, United States and Serbia. Still around a minute or nearly 2 minutes on tatami number 3, still to go. In the last minute on tatami number 2, and it's 1-1, Colombia and Libya. United States now take the lead on tatami number 1, 2 points to 1 against Serbia. Brian Booker for the United States trying a hooker kick, didn't quite come off. Fast Zuki on tatami number 3, and that's a very good point from the fighter from Azerbaijan, Turkic Hazanov. Video review underway, and a point being scored on tatami number 2 for Libya. 2 points to 1 now. Mohamed Abu Baus.
Definitely think that the bout on tatami number 3 is worth paying close attention to, because you've got two fighters there from opposite ends of the world, opposite ends of the spectrum, fighting there. It's quite close at the moment.
It is 4 points to 3 for Azerbaijan's Hazanov. Marino trying to get himself back into contention, but Hazanov is now taking a further. Yuko scores now 5 points to 3. And there's still 1 minute of that bout to go. Now, number 2, just 15 seconds left. Colombia leading 3 points to 2. Tatami number 1, we're coming up to the last 30 seconds of the bout. Brian Booker of the United States still leading 2 points to 1, but the Senchu is with Brizanic of Serbia. Still 5-3 on tatami number 3 for Azerbaijan, and the point being covered to level the score 1-1 on tatami number 1 from Brzezic. He has the century also, and that's going to be an interesting final. 22 seconds, Wayne, on Tatami 1.
It is. But I think the American fighter is going up on points, but what he's failing to do is to capitalize on the points that he's scoring. So rather than, you know, going after another point, he's trying to hold on to what he's got. The problem with that is that if the other person's coming forward, they've got more of a chance to score a point. And as I've said, the fighter from Serbia has come back again and scored a point. You've got to stay in the fight. You don't have a choice. You don't have that option of moving backwards because they're going to score.
Right, on Tatami 1 into the last 10 seconds we go. It's still 3-3. The century still lies with the Serbian fighter, Brzezic. Tatami number 3 has just 4 seconds still to go. Azerbaijan leads 6 points to 3. Tatami 2 has concluded, and that was a convincing win for Colombia. 6 points on the board. Five seconds left on Tatami number 1. Video review underway for Serbia, who has the century. 3-3 the score. Video review underway on Tatami number 3. As it stands, it will be Azerbaijan who goes through. Video review has been rejected, and the catch given to Hasnov of Azerbaijan. Three-point score on Tatami number 1 for Serbia's Brzezic. And if that hasn't been awarded just yet, because the score standing is 3-3, and two of the judges have gone for a 3-point score. So that's a dramatic moment, isn't it, Wayne?
Absolutely, but he did exactly what was expected of him. Rather than trying to hold on for the last 5 seconds, he actually did fight him. But apparently, Billy, I think the score that they wanted to give was after time, but it doesn't make any difference to the result because the Serbian fighter had century anyway.
Exactly. But it just shows you that it's so important for the referees to be able to check, to make sure, because the judges have a 2-second time lapse. So I could give a score, within 2 seconds you can get to the score.
Yeah.
But if I give the score on time up, and you give your score just after time up, you know, that's why they have to look so carefully to make sure it's within time.
Yeah.
And the technique and score must be given within time or on time. Cannot be given after.
Yeah.
So we have our first 3 confirmed wins in the male minus 84 kilogram. And it goes to Serbia, Colombia and Azerbaijan.
Acevedo from Ecuador. Demetriades Cyprus. Tatami 2, Attila from Italy. Kufya Fufua.
So the fighters are in position on the mat. On Tatami number 1, we have Ecuador versus Cyprus. For Ecuador, Jose Antonio Acevedo. And for Cyprus, Dimitris Demetriades. On tatami number 2, Italy versus France for Italy. Michele Martina for France, Hendrik Konfiak. And on tatami number 3, that's an interesting one because both of the fighters on tatami 3 coming from the same area, and that is Ireland's Anthony Kelly, and he's up against England's Ashton Patrick. So as the matches get underway, 3-minute bouts. Have you been studying the form of any of the fighters in this division?
A lot of these are quite new to me, I have to admit, Billy, but I have been looking at Ashton Patrick's performance today, and also, funny enough, the Anthony Kelly as well. It's been a while since Ireland produced some really good fighters that are contending.
Absolutely.
And I've seen this weekend, especially, that a lot of their male fighters that have been coming up in the ranks and are doing really well. So that is, I suppose, a really exciting time for them as well, having a group of fighters that can push each other and put themselves in position to qualify for World Championships.
Absolutely, you're right. And coincidentally, the president of the Irish Federation, Onakai, is Chris Kelly. Not a relation necessarily with Anthony Kelly, because Kelly in Ireland is a big name. But the federation has come on in leaps and bounds in recent years under the presidency of Chris Kelly. And
however,
Premier League,
they have
got aspirations to hold another Premier League, doing all the right things. And of course, if you do the right things, you get the results.
Yeah, true. But my allegiance is still to England.
Oh, of course it
and
is.
we're winning at the moment. We've taken 2 points.
Absolutely. And no disrespect to Anthony Kelly, but he's got a tough cookie with Ashton Patrick from England, who has also been competing really well, as you say, over the weekend.
Absolutely.
But England, another country that is starting to get medals. Rashard Walters, of course, you know, and Neve Cosgrove, they're starting to get those medals back. Will it get back to the heady days of Wayne Otto and co?
Well, we hope so. We always hope so. But you know, it's always a difficult time because, you know, we don't have the financial structure in place. But what we do have, what England do have in place, is a structure that seems to be working.
Yes.
It has a system that seems to be producing athletes and starting to produce some results. But I think the attention to area number 2 might be of interest to a lot of people as well, Italy versus France.
Well, that's a very tough one, isn't it? It's 0-0 on tatami 2, France versus Italy. Experienced fighter, Michele Martina.
Very experienced fighter.
They're no strangers to the tatami, and there's a very popular score going to be given for Konfiak of France. That's a Yuko score, 1-point score. It takes the lead. He'll get that advantage of the century also. Tatami number 1, 54 seconds still on the clock. Cyprus versus Ecuador. Cyprus, Dimitris Demetriades, 2-0 up. He has the century advantage. England taking another point on tatami number 3 with the century, 3 points to 0. And that huge roar you heard was for another 3-point fantastic comeback from Ecuador. Looking at a 3-point score potentially for Acevedo, Jose Antonio Acevedo. All 4 judges wait for the score, but the referee has gone to the cancel on tatami 1 to make sure that the score is being valid. Just video review check to make sure that's correct. Tatami number 2, 4 points to 0 now. France is way ahead there. Hendrik Konfiak. What is Martina going to have to do, Wayne, to get back into that?
I think he has no choice but to keep the French fighter under pressure and go for his points. I mean, they're not going to come to him by sitting back, so he has to keep the pressure on. He's got nothing to lose, really. I think the French fighter, though, is very strong. He's very good at managing pressure, and he's not afraid to have a row.
Tatami number 3, Ireland's Anthony Kelly clawed back one of the points, but he's just succumbed to another great score from Ashton Patrick from England. He's now 4-1 up with just 19 seconds to go. Looks very strong. Ashton Patrick tries that high roundhouse kick. Kelly going in to try and put him under pressure. Ashton Patrick managing the tatami really well on number 3, court number 3. Mat number 1, Cyprus still leading 2 points to 0. But France doing an amazing job on tatami number 2. We take another 2 points. He's on 6. It's going to be 8. It will be a domination over Martina.
Yeah, absolutely. A surprise to me as well. But as we said, Billy, this championship is for everybody, and sometimes, you know, surprises do happen. And the French fighter has taken the bout.
And he's finished on tatami number 3, and the win and the World Championship position has gone to Ashton Patrick of England. On tatami number 1, Ecuador leading 3 points to 2 with 23 seconds to go. And on tatami number 2, France with an 8-0 score are going to the World Championships.
They sound quite happy about that, Billy, the crowd.
I think so. Well, France has got such a rich history of success, haven't they?
Absolutely. And, you know, it's what they do over time is produce fighters consistently. That's, again, a testimony to the system that they have in place and the coaches. But, you know, when you come up against a French fighter, yeah, you're going to have to work hard in order to get a result from them.
There are no easy rides when you're up against some of these brilliant athletes. I mentioned it before, and I think because it's only right that we do, but the most remarkable championships I think ever I've seen was in Paris-Bercy in 2012 in terms of atmosphere. 16,000 people.
Absolutely.
Incredible,
absolutely.
wasn't it?
It was wonderful.
Tatami number 1 is still underway as a match. There's only 1.3 seconds still on the clock. Is a 3 points to 2 lead for Ecuador's Jose and Antonio Acevedo. The video review has been taken away. Acevedo steps back off the mat as the clock strikes down to 0, and that secures his win and a place in Cairo for the World Championships.
Video review.
So after
I think that was a strategic push on the video reviews. Nothing really going on there.
No,
it's already
you have that the clock is down now. Whether the video review was within time, that's got to be considered as well. But it's a little academic. It's more strategic.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wasn't it?
It's more strategic.
But sometimes when you're watching play-by-play on a single tatami, it can be a bit chess-like, touch and go, very slow, very cagey, and from a spectator point of view, can be a little bit thinking, I'm
Not much is
boring's not a fair word
it
because
looks
it's
like
not exciting.
it looks like nothing's going on, but in actual fact there are what you have to consider are the micro movements, the microaggressions, and everything means something. So in the cases where you see small movements and it doesn't look like much is going on, in actual fact a lot is going on. Because
there's
both
the
of those
psychological
fighters,
battle, isn't there?
but both of those fighters are looking for that right moment to attack, looking for that right moment to pull their opponent into a trap or something like that in order to create an opportunity to score. And the reason for that is because of the century, because of the advantage that you get when you score that first point. So it's not like before where you could just think about rushing in, losing a point and then thinking to yourself, okay, I'll get that point back. In actual fact, when you lose the first point, you actually lose 2 points. So the urgency to not give that advantage up is a lot greater, which is why you see the small movements, which is why you see them testing each other out.
Yes.
And of course, to the ordinary person, it looks like not much is going on. But look beneath that,
deeper,
and you will see
deeper.
a lot more is going on than what meets the eye.
From Uzbekistan.
I'm assuming, Billy,
We have our first confirmation and the first certificate being issued to the fighter from Uzbekistan, Rakimova, who defeated Croatia's Misak. Rosalind, Sweden, of Sweden, defeating Japan. This is the only Japanese fighter that is, because Japan has qualification in all divisions, apart from this, until now.
right, okay. I wonder why there were so few of them here.
They should have all qualified already.
Well, she's obviously she's done her job then.
No pressure on her then, wasn't
No.
there? My goodness.
Well, Billy, there probably was a lot of pressure, but she handled it very well.
Didn't she just? Now, Eleni of Belgium takes her position on the podium to receive her certificate from Koshihisa Naguro-san. Take her place in the World Championship, individual World Championships.
Congratulations! Thank you! Madame Lalo, Italy!
For Lalo of Italy, defeating the Czech Republic's Pilikova.
Really? At the World Championships, will they have the round robin? So
Yes.
exactly
same,
like
same
the
format.
same
That's going to be
format.
really exciting, isn't it?
Yeah.
First time with round robin,
Yeah.
and then but it would then go into the brackets, quarter-final, semi-final, final.
Mesdames et messieurs, la présentation des athlètes
I like that.
qualifiés
Yeah,
de la
that's
catégorie
nice.
Good format, isn't it?
Yeah.
moins de 84 kilos. Ladies and gentlemen, presentation of qualified athletes from the category male Kumite under 84 kilos.
They're minus 84 kilo now. It's the 6 athletes to be introduced and to receive their certificate.
Please welcome Frédéric Césaro, vice-président of the French Karate Federation. Monsieur Brezetic Serbia.
So it is. Brezetic defeating Brian Booker of the United States.
Thank you. Congratulations. Monsieur Enao Abu for Colombia.
Of Colombia defeating Libya in the elimination bout.
Congratulations. Thank you. Monsieur Hasanov Azerbaijan.
Fedorov of Azerbaijan defeated Moreno of Mexico in the elimination phase. That final bout.
Congratulations and thank you. Monsieur Hasimino Ecuador.
Acevedo from Ecuador defeated Cyprus's fighter Dimitriades.
Congratulations and thank you.
Very popular Tokyo of France. Popular from France defeating Martina of Italy.
Félicitations et merci. Monsieur Patrick Hitler.
And Ashton Patrick of England defeating Anthony Kelly of Ireland to take his place in the World Championships. Made mention to Rochelle Walters, she's already qualified, so we're going to have 2 athletes, which is really good.
Yeah, but
They're starting to come up.
England had quite a few people that were in the final
In the final
yesterday,
12.
and
Yes.
then, which is nice to see. I think, you know, the funny thing is, I've always found it kind of harsh going to a world championship and just going straight into a knockout system, you've travelled halfway across the world, and the possibility of just losing in the first round and then that's it. I've always found that a really little harsh. So I kind of like the system whereby you have a round robin. You've travelled thousands of miles to get there.
Wayne, I don't want to interrupt your fantastic commentary, but I'm just concerned about the volume of the music. That people may not hear what you've got to say, and we want to know what you've got to say.
Well, okay. Too much music.
Phew, that was very loud. Now, here we go again.
Maintenant, les combats qualificatifs, combat féminin, moins de 68 kilos. And no qualification box for the category female Kumite under 68 kilos. Tatami
For those final moments of preparation as the fighters make their way to the mat. This is the female minus 68 kilogram. Denmark versus Austria on tatami number 1. Line Zacho Knudsen for Denmark. Hanna De Vigili of Austria. Tatami number 2, Belgium versus Netherlands. For Belgium, Iman Eja, and for Netherlands, Lynn Snell. Tatami number 3, the Islamic Republic of Iran versus Colombia. Colombia, another fighter coming in from the south of America, South America.
Interesting. Hanna De Vigili from Austria. Fun fact, in 1994, her father won the World Championships. My category, minus 75, he was world champion in 1994.
Yeah, fantastic.
So she comes from a good pedigree.
A good pedigree, she does. Can she emulate her father?
She's taken the first 2 points as well.
And Iran's Medina Mobina Heideroz Mechiloy has gone up 1 point over Mosquera of Colombia. She has the central advantage. There's also a score, 2 scores on tatami number 1. Austria's Kavayeli is 2-1 up against Denmark. Tatami number 3, Iran 1 up against Colombia. Tatami number 2, Belgium and Netherlands are neck and neck, 2 points each. Century lies with Eja of Belgium. Three-point score on Tatami number 1 from Dacho Knudsen. Video review for the Austrian fighter, De Vigeli. That's on Tatami number 1. There's a video review also on Tatami number 2.
No, it's accepted as
for
well.
Lynn Snell of the Netherlands. Important score for her if this video review is successful. She trails by 1 point against Belgian fighter Eja, who has the Senchu. Video review successful on Tatami number 1. 4 points each now, the score. And De Vigeli of Austria, who has the Senchu. Tatami number 2 is still 3-3. And the video review still underway. Video review also underway on Tatami number 3. At the moment, Iran still leads 1 point to 0. Video review is with Colombia, and that is Wendy Mary Mosquera. Video review unsuccessful on Tatami number 3. Successful call though on Tatami number 2 with Lynn Snell now 5 points to 3 in the lead. Snell on Tatami number 3. She's getting penalised for that holding on.
The Dutch fighter's been around a long time, Lynn Snell. She's got a lot of experience, but I'd be quite surprised if from this vantage point that she loses this match, to be honest.
Just halfway through, there's still time though for Belgium to come back. Iran now leading 4 points to 1 on Tatami number 3. Tatami number 1, an exciting bout going on there. 6 points to 4 is the score at the moment. With their judges, 4 of the judges have gone for another 2-point score. As Denmark's Zacho Wilson has gone off to get some attention. But whether the referee will give the score or whether there'll be a penalty for excessive contact, we'll have to wait and see. That's on Tatami number 1. Tatami number 2 is still 5 points to 4 for Lucille of the Netherlands. Eja closing in on the deficit. She holds the Senchu. That's Tatami number 2. On Tatami number 3, it's 4 points to 1. It's still the Islamic Republic of Iran. So 6-4 on Tatami number 1. There was a set of contact. Let's go into the last 45 seconds. Lynn Snell now 7 to 4 up on Tatami 2 with 46 seconds still to go. Once again, Lynn Snell using her expertise on Tatami number 2 Classic reverse punch counter.
And I love it. And I love it. I love nothing better than to see a good reverse punch.
But the timing is that good.
Timing is absolutely perfect. Like I said, then she's got a lot of experience, and as I said, I know there's still 30 seconds on the clock, but depending on which end of the fight you're at, 30 seconds can seem a really long time or a really short time.
16 seconds still on the clock. 8 points to 4 now. It is Lynn Snell leading, although Eja has just got herself another point. Closing in. Still time, 14 seconds. One big technique and she's back in contention as Lynn Snell takes another point. On Tatami 1, it is 6 points to 4. Austria over Denmark. 9 seconds on the clock there. 4 seconds on Tatami number 2. Tatami number 3. It's all over and a win, and it's going to the Islamic Republic of Iran, and Nobina Heiderazmeh Choloy finds her ticket secure to take her to the World Championships. Tatami number 1 still going into the last second, it is. And there's confirmation that it is. In fact, Austria going through on Tatami number 1.
Pretty sure her dad would be quite proud of her about that one. Yeah.
Will be absolutely delighted and so proud, I'm sure.
She did a good job. She did a really good job.
Excellent. 6 points to 4. Good win.
Next fighter, le prochain combattant. Slovakia. Adam from Hungary. Tatami 2, Kristovic from Serbia.
Championships as the referees make their way to their position. Tatami number 1, we have Slovakia versus Hungary. Sara Krivnova of Slovakia is up against Alexandria Adam of Hungary. Tatami number 2, Theodora Kristovic of Serbia is up against Puerto Rico's Ganesa Michelle Fonseca. On Tatami number 3, Valera Rimi of Kosovo against Konstantina Vangeli Pepa from Greece. but from that dramatic finish in the last 3 bouts, at the end of the bout, when all of the action and excitement is there, to the start was rather subdued in that little testing phase, isn't it, Wayne?
Yeah, yeah, there is. As I said before, it's tight. It's as you said, Billy, and I never really thought of it this way, but it is actually the start of the World Championships. So I've always found it quite difficult to think that you can travel across the world, go to a championship and lose in the first round and have nothing to show for it. Whereas what you have here is a situation where you've come across the world, you've had a few fights, you've made it to this position. It's make or break at this time, you know. So again, it's expected that the fights are going to be tight. It's expected that, you know, some fights, not all of the fights are going to be high scoring, but some of them are going to be low scoring. But that first minute is always going to be, I don't want to say slow, because we've already discussed it's not actually slow. It's the micro movements. It's what's happening underneath what you see that really counts. And what they're doing is trying to make sure that they secure that opportunity for them to go on to the next stage, to the finals of the World Championships, and that's all it is. And it's expected that, yeah, you're going to see a lot of testing. You're going to see a lot of feints. You're going to see a lot of micro movements that are necessary in order for them to create an opportunity to score a point.
To get action reaction, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And you know, these that have come through to this stage are at the top of their game. Make no mistake about it. They are the best that have come through. And the reason I say that is because of the round robin system that allows that to happen. You know, everybody can have a bad first fight, and a lot of these probably had at least one fight that they've lost in the round robin, but have managed to pull it back in their second and third and fourth fights. And that is a testament to the round robin system, but also a testimony to them as fighters and as athletes. This is what they've trained for. And so when you get to this stage, you know, like I said, there is a lot at stake. And for certain countries, it means that much more as well.
And in that round robin, it's again, it's winner takes all, because only one goes through.
Yeah, absolutely.
Trainings, 2 points to 3 on Tatami 2 against Puerto Rico. Video review underway on Tatami number 3. All 3 matches at the moment happening here. There's decisions being made. There's a point being awarded on Tatami number 2. Kick to the body. And Tucker, video review call for.
We have a result on Tatami 3, Kosovo. She looks extremely happy.
Yes.
Job done.
That's the first time we've seen a hand-take decision. 0-0 score. And the judges have to make that decision based on the action over the 3-minute bout. Been quite tight on Tatami number 1. 43 seconds on the clock. So that is still leading 2 points to 0.
beautiful.
That's another point going to Slovakia. 3 points to 0 now. Tatami number 2. Still 4 points to 2 for Puerto Rico, and that's Gianessa Michelle Fonseca. Tatami number 3. Match is complete. 0-0 score, but the Hante decision going to Clara Karimi of Kosovo. Slovakia now 4 points to 0 up on Tatami number 1. Puerto Rico looking to take another 2 points on Tatami number 2. That's 6 points to 2 now. She leads Fonseca. And the winner on Tatami number 1 is Krivova of Slovakia. Still over a minute left on Tatami number 2. It's 7 points to 2. Another score being added to that for Puerto Rico. And a video review request from the coach of Serbia. Successful call as well. So now the score is 7-3. Into the last minute of the bout, Tatami number 2. Kristovic putting a lot of pressure on, but she's fallen foul of the counter punch from the fighter from the Puerto Rico, Fonseca. Takes another point, 8 points to 3 now. It's a tough one to come back from, Wayne, isn't it?
Yeah. Especially as she had censure in the first place, but I think she's doing the right thing. She's putting the Puerto Rican fighter under pressure. She's just not being able to translate that pressure into actually scoring points to bring herself back into the fight. I actually think she needs a big point, so either a takedown or a kick to bring herself back into it. But the gap is quite large at the moment.
It is.
And that's one of the things I speak about with my athletes as well. You know, it's not enough just to be able to score single points anymore. You need to have the ability to score those big points, especially when you need them. And this is a situation where she really needs a big point. She needs to put herself in a position where she can kick or to do a takedown, just to bring herself back into contention.
.22 seconds still to go. Still 8-3. Kristovic still putting it under pressure. But as you say, the gap is just huge, isn't it, at the moment?
It's a big gap to bridge, but nothing that 2 kicks and a sweep can't take care of.
No.
You know, and we've seen it from time and time again, you know.
Well, actually, there
But the clock is ticking down now.
Playing quite a cagey game now, staying too close, not giving her the distance.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, the Puerto Rican fighter Fonseca did exactly what she knew she had to do, which was to frustrate the Serbian fighter and to make sure that she doesn't put herself in a position to score a point. And she's successful.
And she's secured that win. So we have all 6 athletes now from that second phase of the elimination bout, and they will all be confirmed on the podium.
Maintenant, les combats qualificatifs, combat masculin plus de 84 kilos. And now qualification votes, category main Kumite over 84 kilos. Tatami 1, Davis from Luxembourg. Kosa, Slovakia. Tatami 2, Benavides Palomino from Mexico. Castillo from Dominican Republic. Tatami 3, Kumite, Azerbaijan. Waters from England.
Made it. Made it.
We're looking at the last division in the qualification tournament here in the Pierre de Coubertin, Paris, France. Tatami number 1, Luxembourg versus Slovakia as the matches get underway. This is Alexander Davies of Luxembourg, Thomas Kosa of Slovakia. On tatami number 2, it is Mexico with Pablo Andres Benavides, and he's up against Dominican Republic, Anel Castillo. Tatami number 3, Azerbaijan is Asaman Gorbanli, very experienced fighter, up against England's Brandon Walters-Divanti. So this is going to be a tough group in the plus 84 kilogram. Some very strong fighters. Tatami number 3, England's Walters has gone up 1 point to 0, has a century to go with that. There's a score on tatami number 1 to Luxembourg's Davies. Tatami number 2, there's a point now gone to Mexico's Benavides. Gorbanli
Up against the
getting
bottom
himself
table.
onto the scoreboard on tatami number 3, but there's a video review called for from the coach of Walters.
I think he could definitely win this fight, Walters, but he's going to have to keep his cool. He's going to have to be on his game today because Gorbanli is a really good and experienced fighter.
Yeah, Gorbanli, 33 years of age, but he's won at least 2 goals in Karate One Premier League,
Yeah.
so very experienced fighter. Walters, he's 30 years of age. But a good fight got underway there. Walters still has that senchu. It's 1-1 on tatami number 3. Tatami number 1, it's still Luxembourg leading, 1-0. On tatami number 2, Mexico up 2-0 over Dominican Republic. And there's another fighter from the Dominican Republic.
Yeah.
Doing really well. Azerbaijan, Dominican Republic, producing the goods, aren't they?
Well, actually, it's no surprise with Azerbaijan. Should it be any surprise with Dominican Republic? I don't think so. I mean, South America have been producing great fighters for a number of years now. You know, and from what I can see, the system that they have in place there has been developing over a number of years anyway. They have good continental championships over there in South America, and if you look at the other countries in South America that are also producing fighters, like Venezuela, Mexico, Chile,
yes.
just to name but a few. You know, it's
yeah, that's right.
actually it's not really. It shouldn't be a surprise to anybody, really. But a little bit disappointed. Walters has conceded 2 points.
Yeah, he's now on
even though he had the century.
It is Gobani of Azerbaijan now 2-1 up against Walters.
He's actually going to have to work a little bit harder to join his sister at the World Championships.
Yes, and that is Rochelle Walters. She's already confirmed, and Brandon Walters Devante, he is definitely going to be trying all he possibly can, and he's going to get himself another score. So that'll be 2-2, and with 58 seconds, he still has the century advantage, of course, and that is all important. It's 2-2 also on tatami number 2, all the twos, Dominican Republic and Mexico. And it is Mexico that has the century in that bout. It's very close also on tatami 1, Luxembourg 2, and a 1-point score for Slovakia. Video review on tatami number 1 for the Davies of Luxembourg. So there's another score for Azerbaijan on tatami number 1. Tatami number 3. 30 seconds on the clock. There's 2-2 on tatami number 3. Again, the century lies with Walters with 28 seconds still to go. Tatami number 1, 2-1, Luxembourg. Walters on tatami 3. Goes in with a punch to the body, but it is Azerbaijan Gobani who's going to get the point. Tatami number 2, 3-2, Mexico leading Dominican Republic. Tatami number 3. That match, the graphics now change. It's 3-2 for Azerbaijan. Walters trying to put him under pressure. 7 seconds still on the clock. Gobani standing his ground. 5 seconds still to go. Still 3-2 for Azerbaijan. He's going to get penalised for holding. He's got 4 seconds to hold off Walters. Walters goes over the top with a punch. As the clock ticks down to 0. Walters will now get penalised. He'll lose the century. So he's got to go for a big score. Tatami number 3. Video review called on tatami number 3, but I don't think it's necessary because that 3-2 points will take him being Asiman Gobani, to the World Championships. He's come off there and looks as though he's got a bit of an injury, Gobani. He's limping a little.
He might have picked up an injury just in that last clash. Very disappointing, a bit disappointing for Devante. But as we said before, you know, about is he's actually a very experienced fighter, a few world titles underneath his belt as well. So,
Yes.
you know, it was always going to be a hard battle anyway.
Tatami number 1, 3 points to 2 now. Slovakia beating Luxembourg with 16 seconds still on the clock. Tatami number 2, Mexico leading 4 points to 2, 16 seconds there. Video review for Castillo of Dominican Republic has just been rejected. Castillo trying to put his Mexican fighter under pressure, but Benavidez, his coach has put in the video review. It's now 3-3 on Tatami number 1, and another point each going in at the same time. That's going to be an exciting final 9 seconds on Tatami 1, Wayne. 4-4 it is now.
4-4. But Luxembourg still has a century, so you know Slovakia has to go after the point. Let's stay in.
Very, very close. 4-4 finish. And Kosa of Slovakia put everything into that. And it was the century that took Davies to the World Championships. Tatami number 2 still on the way, 12 seconds still on the clock, 4-2 is the score, and it is Benavidez leading Castillo of Dominican Republic. Video review underway for the Mexican fighter. It slows the tempo of the bout down, doesn't it, Wayne, with the video review?
It can do. It can also give a necessary respite. You know, that little bit of a breather,
Yes.
just to compose yourself again and to reconnect with the strategy that you have at that position, in that position. I mean, the advantage is all with Mexico, and they seem to have accepted another point, so he's got another point coming on. But for him, it's about managing that last 12 seconds and not really conceding any big points. From the Dominican Republic's fighter's point of view, he just needs to close the gap and go big.
Yes.
And having seen him in the earlier rounds, he actually does have that ability to do that. So it's not over yet.
So a little timeout there for the fighter from Mexico, Pablo Andres Benavidez, just getting a little attention from the doctor. 5 points to 2, that's a fairly comfortable lead with 12 seconds to go, but as you quite rightly say, a big score and everything changes. He does have the century advantage, which is always very helpful.
The first thing to do is for the Dominican Republic to do is to make sure he loses that century first.
Force an error.
Force an error, and then go big.
And then go big.
Well, at least that's what I would be thinking.
Well, if his coach was watching the live stream, he could listen to that advice from someone with such a fantastic track record.
I'm pretty sure they know exactly what I know these days.
Absolutely, they do. Well, about to get back underway on tatami number 2. The other 2 tatamis, no action now. We're just awaiting for the next round. The final 6 fighters will be called out. 10 seconds we've got on the clock. Dominican Republic's Castillo has to try and get another score. Putting pressure on his man, and there was a flying Jogai, jumping off in quite some style. Benavidez.
Lost the century.
That's an interesting thing, because I've seen that done before. Rather than just step out, because you immediately go to Jogai, but if you're in your air and you're off the tatami, you can't Can't be a Jogai. Interesting. 5 points to 2. Tatami, number 2.
Coach, English coach Louis Paul.
Morton.
And there's that video review call from the coach of Benavides. He doesn't really need the video review, to be honest.
I'm not actually convinced there was a score, but I think it's a delayed tactic because there is a possibility that he stepped out before time when he fell back. So I think that was just panic pressing.
Yes, but when he went out, he was almost flying, wasn't he? He was about 15, 20 centimeters off the ground for a while.
It doesn't appear that the referee is looking to penalise him for anything. So they're concentrating more on the video review.
Yes. And with the elimination phase and the elimination bouts here, and indeed the round robin, the video reviews are being conducted on the tatami. So they were just checking, the referee was just checking to make sure that the video review was valid to go ahead, and just given the signal. And that was all about the clock. So they had to look at the video to see first of all what the timing was of the video review. The technique, was the technique before time up?
Yeah.
And if the technique was before time up, they could then go ahead with the video review.
What did I tell you?
And this is all to do with the Jogai.
Yes. Yes.
All to do with the Jogai.
That is exactly what.
And this is the, you see, this was the danger, because it was a nonchalant jump in the air.
Yeah.
And that is being incredibly costly. Can you imagine?
It is a massive tactical error.
And you've
2
just
seconds
given
left.
away your place in the World Championship Finals.
Yeah. A massive tactical error there. And I don't understand why athletes do it. You know, you're 2 seconds up.
Maybe we'll get a chance to see this in the replay. Tatami number 2. In those last closing seconds, what drama in that last bout. If you haven't seen it on tatami number 2 and you're watching the live stream, you can go back and check for yourselves.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of live stream. I do feel for the athletes that lose that qualification, because they've got nothing to go home with. Tried, of course.
It is disappointing. It is disappointing for them. But on the flip side, the other side is really happy.
Yes.
So, you know, it's a balance here. I think
Tatami.
as I was saying, Billy, I don't think it's so much about the winning and the losing. I think it's how you win and how you lose. I think if you've given everything you've got and you put it all on the mat and you walk away not the victor, at least you can say to yourself, you know what, I gave it my best shot.
Right.
I
And maybe
think
on the day the other person was just better.
Exactly. And I think it's probably more disappointing for the athlete knowing that they've come off the mat, knowing that they probably could have done better. And if you leave the tatami thinking, I could have done much better, I think this is more disappointing than anything
It's
else.
a really good point you
Yeah.
make.
So, and again, you know, it's, like I said, it's also about how you win as well. I mean, I know some people win at all costs no matter what, but I look at things like that. I look at how did you win? And, you know, was it honourable? Was it a good match? Or did you just scrape through? Was it by luck? And some people might say that the fight with Dominican Republic and Mexico, the Dominican won in the end.
Yes.
You won by luck. But actually, he
forced the error.
He forced the error.
And you said this a couple of matches before that.
Yeah.
In those last few seconds, you've got to get him to lose the senchu.
Yeah.
You've got to get him to force an error.
Right, exactly. And he did. Some people might say, "Oh, you won it by luck." He didn't.
No, he didn't.
He did
won by
exactly.
tactics.
He done exactly what he was supposed to do.
Yeah. If I can't score on you, I'll make you
force
an error.
And he did it. And all within the realms of the sport. And as far as I'm concerned, he done exactly what he was supposed to do. So even in the way that he won, you know, there was a chance that he couldn't, but he did, and that's fine as well. That's fine as well.
Very much so. But just a recap on the tatamis, we have on tatami number 1. This is independent neutral athlete on WKF 1, and that is Makar Golvin, and he's up against Uzbekistan's Amoloev, who is leading 1-0. On tatami number 2, it is United States against Germany. United States, Eduard Sargilian. He has the 2-1 lead with the advantage against Nikolai Sekot of Germany. On tatami number 3, it is a WKF2, which is the independent neutral athlete, and he's up against Montenegro. Nemanja Jovovic, and he's up against Ivan Kudzinov. Scores on the board, 3-1 for Uzbekistan, tatami number 1. 2-1 up, USA against Germany, tatami number 2. Number 3, 3-0 up, is Kudzinov, Ivan Kudzinov. The final 3 places in the 2025 World Karate Federation Individual World Championship qualifying bout in the elimination phase. And then all eyes will be on Cairo.
Yeah. It's funny, after all these years, the World Championship was returned to Cairo. Cairo was my first World Championship.
Was it?
Yeah, all the way back in 1988.
And will you be going to Cairo?
We don't have any athletes qualifying, but it's always a good watch. So,
Of course it is, the World Championships.
Yeah.
Scores on tatami number 1. Golovin 5-3 up against Uzbekistan. Tatami number 2, USA 4-2 against Germany. That's Sargilian, who's now had a 1-point score against him, so that's 4-3 now. Sargilian still leading, he has the century. The high roundhouse kick, fantastic on the way back. Sargilian made that attack, but Sekot on his way back, lifted that front leg, threw in that roundhouse kick on Tatami 2, gets a three-point score. 6-4. The tables have turned on Tatami 2.
Yeah. But he's allowing himself to be pressured because he's back, because he's in the front again. And this is something that I keep telling my athletes: when you score that point and you go in the lead, you can't defend yourself going backwards. You know, you've got to still be threatening. You've got to push the pressure back. You know, psychologically, the person that's behind has to come forward anyway.
Yes.
And you have to expect that. So if you don't want him to come forward, you've got to push back. You've got to push back. But seems like he's got himself another 3 points there.
5-2 the score for Kuzuno. Tatami 1, 5-3 score for Golovin against Uzbekistan. Tatami number 2, Germany in Sekot, still leading, 6-4 against Sagilian of the United States. And there's a win for Kozigno on Tatami number 3.
Grab time, go.
Tatami number 1. Into the last 10 seconds.
Don't stop.
Golovin standing his ground. Pressure coming in from the fighter from Uzbekistan, Amanulov. But the win has gone to the fighter under the WKF flag. WKF 1. Golovin. Tatami number 2. 13 seconds still on the clock. Germany leading. Sekot 6-4 against Sagilian of the United States. Video reviews underway for both of the fighters. Senchu lies with Sagilian. Just an opportunity to reflect on, as this is the last of the bouts of the Qualification World Championships. The French Federation as hosts have been absolutely fantastic, haven't they, Wayne?
Well, they've had years of experience.
They have indeed.
You know, so
But they're not the same team. They have to create the new team every time, don't they?
yeah, but I've always thought that they've had a winning formula anyway. So, you know, there can be a few deviations, there can be a few improvements all the while, but generally they have always been able to host a major championship and pull it off successfully. So once again, I'm not surprised that they're able to do it. I'm just grateful that they are able to do it in such a professional manner and make it especially comfortable for the athletes and the coaches, which is what they've done this time.
Yes, they have. They have. And the stadium looks fantastic. The organisation has been exceptional, as always with the WKF events. And the support, of course, the sponsors. Dado is the main sponsor for the event.
Yeah.
And without all of that infrastructure, these athletes don't have the platform to perform on, do they?
Exactly. And it's something that obviously we all hope that continues for generations to come, really.
2032, the big one, Brisbane, Australia. Those 5 wonderful rings.
I wonder if I'm going to be around that long. I would love to be.
Well, there's more chance of you than me.
I'm not going to say anything on that,
Okay,
Billy.
thank you.
We've still got a decision to be made
Well,
over there with
there
13 seconds to
Yeah,
go.
video reviews on for both red and blue. 6-4, still quite tight. 13 seconds. And it just seems to have taken an age to say no to both.
Yeah, it does.
We see that though with other sports, with VAR in soccer, you know, there are people who feel it slows the rhythm of the game, and it's not a good thing. Other people feel it's a really good thing. You can't have a goal that isn't a goal. You can't have a point that shouldn't be a point. And now we have one each.
I think it should be used when it's used appropriately, when it's used when it's supposed to be. It's a good thing, especially in a sport like this where we're deciding points based on something that you see in a blink of an eye.
And centimetres.
Yeah.
Wow, that was an exceptionally good technique. It came from nowhere. 5, he was training, he needed that big score. You were talking about big scores,
Yeah.
and look what he's done. He's turned it round with 6 seconds on the clock. 8 points to 7 now. It's Sekon having to go forward, but now there's another 2-point score on Tatami 2. What a way to turn it round. Sagilian. 10 points to 7. Now it's the big score required from Germany's Sekon. Can he do it? The clock started, in my opinion, the clock seemed to have started 1 second before the referee gave the Hajime signal. Well, it looked a bit that way.
It's all over.
There is Sagilian,
Again,
the winner. And he turned that round.
Yeah, it's not over until it's over. We know that. The last 12 seconds are when you're at when somebody who's down becomes more dangerous. They have to go after the point. There's nothing else left for them to do. They've got nothing to lose. So go for it. And that's exactly what the fight from USA did. And it paid off for him.
Yeah.
Big time.
Yes. And what an exciting fight to finish the qualification tournament.
Well, we'll see them all in Egypt now, in Cairo.
Yes. We've still got the award of the certificates to come in the last 2 divisions. So please stay with the live stream. Okay, so we've come to the end of the competition. We still have the certificates to be awarded, but I know, Wayne, that you have to rush off now. You've got to go to the airport and get yourself home. I just say a huge thank you for all your wonderful input. Once again, always excellent commentary. Thank you very much, my friend. Until
Thank you
next
very
time.
much, Billy.
Maybe I'll
It's
see you in
always-
Cairo.
Always a pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you. Take care.
Congratulations and thank you, Madame Snake from Netherlands. Congratulations! Thank you! Madame Fonseca from Puerto Rico! Congratulations! And thank you! Madame Kumite from Kosovo! Congratulations! Thank you! Please, all together for the team picture. Next up, boys, for the sixth woman who goes to Carol 25.
We have the minus 68 athletes. Dacio of Austria, Schnell of the Netherlands, Heidaroz Chaloy of the Islamic Republic of Iran, Slovakia's Kredova, Fonseca of Puerto Rico, and Kiemi of Kosovo. Pep Davies from Luxembourg defeating Kosa of Slovakia in the qualification bout, the elimination bout.
In life, you have only one question. Is it worth fighting for it or not?
Let's make a Karate Kid.
When you understand that, you'll be ready.